Record.
All right, can we see my screen yet?
Still loading. There we go. Yep. And then just, you're not quite in presenter mode yet, but there we go. Yep. Perfect.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me. My name's Carly. I'm part of the national nonprofit Help Hope Live. A little bit about us is our mission is to support community-based fundraising for people with unmet medical expenses due to catastrophic injury, illness, or transplant. Injury could be traumatic brain injury, spinal cord, amputations. Illnesses could be rare disease, cancer, diabetes, anything that you'll have lifelong medical complications for. We can help that your patients and our clients fundraise for those medical related costs. A little bit about our history. We were actually started in 1983 by and his wife. And as the need, unfortunately and fortunately, has grown, we've been able to now help people with injury, illness, and now 40 and forward. We're continuing to grow and find things to be able to help individuals fundraise for. During the pandemic, we helped individuals with major COVID-related symptoms fundraise for things related to that as well. And as the years come forward, we're going to continue to help our clients. This is a flyer we actually have, but I wanted to make it into a slide specifically for this group. This just kind of shows the cost of a traumatic brain injury for lifetime. So severe brain injuries can cost up to $3 million. As you all know, medical bills and expenses are extremely costly. And this is a little bit older data as well. So these numbers are always growing. And these costs could be related to home modification projects, vehicles, home health, and then specialized equipment as well. So I thought this was a great slide just to show you guys the costs associated with this traumatic brain injury, which everyone in this field is really familiar with. But all of these things listed here are things Help Hope Live can help your patients fundraise for, and then it's not out of pocket to them in case their insurance is unfortunately not covering it. I love to show this graphic here because many people are familiar with GoFundMe, and that's a really typical crowdfunding website that people tend to just gravitate toward, and especially newly injured individuals. Their community is most at that newly injured state. They're rallied and ready to help them. And so a lot of people are like, yeah, I'll set up a GoFundMe, but Help Hope Live is a little bit of a safe and more reliable option, as I'll get to. And we also offer a lot more help than GoFundMe does. So we actually set each of our clients up with a one-on-one services coordinator. Basically, that person is there to hold the individual, hold their hand through the whole process, getting started, creating fundraisers, creating custom materials and tools, and really everything they need to be successful getting those funds, and especially such a traumatic turn of events in their life. We also verify each of our patients' medical conditions, and later I'll get more to this, but this is just for safety. Like the funds that people are donating to that individual are actually going to someone in need for that. And since we are a national nonprofit, all donations are tax deductible for donors. And then all donations are made on behalf of an individual. We hold their funds raised in a restricted access fund. So Help Hope Live is not touching that. That's their money and it's staying there in their pot. So when they're ready to pay a medical bill, we pay that bill directly. So their income and government benefits are not at risk. And then unfortunately, we hear horror stories all the time with GoFundMe, and they raise a large sum of money and now they're in a different tax bracket and they lose their disability and things like that. So Help Hope Live is just a little bit more of a safe and responsible way to fundraise, plus all the added benefits of us. Here's a little more on that verifying each of our clients. Again, it's just to verify that the funds are being raised in honor of a real person with a real need. We also contact their medical professional directly via email. It's just a little form they fill out, and it's just to confirm this need. And then funds are only being used to cover medical related expenses. They're not fundraising to go on a family vacation to Hawaii or things like that. This is things, unfortunately, as we all know, insurance does not like to cover a lot of things. So we are to help supplement for that and give them the things they need. This is what their campaign page will look like on their end. We actually just went through a whole website remodel, so it's nice and pretty now. So this is just their place to share their story. Like they can say like what happened, and they can choose to create a goal if they're looking to fundraise for a big ticket item. They don't need to choose a goal, but sometimes it's nice to see that as the funds come in. Donors can also get your support. They post
Karli, I
some
think
posts
we
and
lost
fundraisers and whatever they got. Oh,
we lost
uh-oh.
about like a minute or two.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me
30
now?
seconds. Yes, I can hear you now. We're good now.
Where did you last hear me? Sorry.
I heard about like the new campaign page coming out, maybe under, I'm not exactly sure. I would just start over again on this page if you could.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry. No,
Technology is always
yeah,
fun.
the joys of technology, right? Okay.
Again, this is just their campaign page. This is their place to tell their story, post any important updates. Donors can put messages of support. And this is just like their hub to be connected within their community. This also, we can create custom media support that goes on their page. We've actually raised over $1 million just through Facebook alone. So if anyone doesn't want to do any physical fundraisers, just adding Facebook fundraisers to their campaign page is really successful. And obviously during COVID, online fundraisers have become really successful and continue to be so. We also create custom business cards for our clients. This is again in the subject of fundraising. So this is just another tool that we ship for free to each of our clients if they wish to have. But basically it's a business card with a QR code that goes straight to that campaign page. And then just like if you're out and about in a grocery store or a conversation sparks up naturally and people always find ways to chit chat. If an individual feels inclined and to like donate, you can hand them that QR code directly, and now they have access to that. It just gives them a quick link to you. But some larger fundraisers that are also really successful besides online fundraising are like cornhole tournaments, like curling, football games, percentage of sales nights. Really, the fundraising can be as extravagant or as simple as the individual wants. And the individual does not need to be, the patient does not need to be in charge of their fundraising directly. They can allocate a team member, whether it be family member or a friend, and they can totally take over. Again, like individuals are newly injured, it's a rough transition in their life or a wake-up call. And so a lot of the time, a friend chooses to take that team role and find what will rally the community. I always give example of that bake sale there, bake sale for, and she loved frogs, so they did a whole frog themed fundraiser for her, and it was really successful. So it could be as like unique and quirky as you want, whatever rallies your community to you. We also give personalized videos for each of our clients. This will go onto their campaign page, and this again is a place for them to tell their story. We have our executive director come on and give a little message. They can also choose to say what they're fundraising for, photos. We really want that campaign page to be as personal as possible. So we have donors coming through and just kind of cycling, looking to donate. Whatever makes your campaign page pop, it really helps. So you've got started, you got your client services coordinator, you've done some fundraising. what can we help you pay for with those funds that you raised? We like to say we pay for equipment, care, and quality of life. So obviously the equipment can be like assistive technology, it could be an accessible vehicle, exoskeletons and things like that. And the care can be health insurance, medications, hospital bills, even caregiving expenses. And then that quality of life piece, it's unfortunately, as insurance does not pay for a lot of things. I always give the example of we had a man that loved to bird watch, and he was injured and he was no longer able to get out into the woods where he loved to be and was at peace. We helped him fundraise for an all-terrain wheelchair. And so that piece that gives them that independence and things they love to do. So after injury, they're still happy, healthy, and thriving. So that's our little bit of difference. We try to give the individuals back their independence. So you've done your fundraising, you have what you need to pay for. This is how you get those funds to where they need to be. This is called a fund request. We're constantly processing these. We process these every Tuesday and Thursday. Hundreds are being out each of those days. So an individual will be sending this to our finance team. It's basically the who, what, when, where, and why of the bill that they want paid, whether it be your hospital, it could be a piece of assistive technology. And then we pay that direct deposit, direct to vendor. And if the individual cannot do direct deposit or direct to vendor, we can also reimburse our clients directly as well. So there's some ways that we can do it. It just needs to be in contact with our finance team. And then we also have tons of partner discounts. So we're in touch with Mobility Works and Bronability and for accessible vans and frog legs and things like that. So when they get started with us, depending on what they're fundraising for, if they have anything specific, we can put them in contact and they get some discounts through us as well. And then when they complete fund requests, this is how we keep track of their funds. It's just basically a breakdown of where those funds are going. We keep everything nice and tidy. So we know exactly how much funds and what you have paid for in the past. We also have some brand ambassadors. Brand ambassadors are individuals that have been new clients once themselves. They were newly injured and found Hope Live through one avenue or another, and now they're speaking at events, representing Hope Live at talking or speaking arrangements and doing advocacy and social media too. That is Rebecca there. She's a real, I don't know if you've seen her on TikTok, but she is hilarious. She's one of our brand ambassadors. But all of these brand ambassadors are there for our newly injured clients. So if anyone needs a hand to hold and have some support, all of these individuals have offered that hand, and we can put them in contact and just to go through some, like, they've been through it, what can they do to support you as well. We also offer all kinds of different resources. So there's a typo there. We were doing 3 times a month free wheelchair fitness classes, but we have now upped that to 4. So this is with Justin. He is in charge of Wonder on Wheels. And if you love Zumba, cheerleading, all that high energy stuff, he will get you there. And it's all based sitting. But he is so fun. And we have a pretty solid group of individuals going the same time weekly. So again, now we're at 4 times a week, and it's free to sign up. You don't need to be a Hope Live client, but it's just another resource we offer. Another one we just started is My ID. So each of our clients has access to this free wearable medical device where they can, oh, do you have one? I saw someone raise their little hand there. But if you couldn't tell, our color is teal. It's in everything we do. So all of our Help Live clients will have one of these for free, and that cute little Help Live logo. but it's a place for people to put their medications, insurance, physicians, anything they want. So like if an accident were to happen, a medical professional can come and scan that QR code and they have access to all of that. So all of those good things, people always want to know like what our fees are as Help Hope Live. We do have a 3% admin fee on all donations, whether that be online or check. And there also is a credit card fee, which is 2.65%. And that's just online donations, checks. There was not that. So at most, there would be a 5.65%. However, donors, when they donate, they do have the choice to cover that. So 100% of their proceeds go directly to the individual, and a majority of them do choose to cover that cost as well. And then that admin fee is just to keep our lights on in the office. We're based out of Philly, but we're national, and we do our own fundraising on our own. We do a 5K and a gala, so that admin fee is really low for community-based fundraising. And again, just our advantage is that personal support. We set you up with that one-on-one coordinator. We can help you with any fundraising idea, big or small. We pay your bills directly. We're not a nonprofit, so all donations made to us in that honor are tax deductible. And we also do matching donations, so individuals can choose to search for their large corporations, and if they, a lot of the time, they do have like matching donations available. And then again, we maintain discretion over those funds, so your patient's disability and income is not being impacted, and it's just a little bit more of a safe and reliable way to fundraise for all the things associated with traumatic brain injury, which we all know is a lot. Getting started is super easy. We just ask that you submit an application, and by application, it's a little bit of info about your condition or your injury, who your medical professional is again, and then we will help you receive that one-on-one support and give you all those resources that we can. And then you can start fundraising, begin engaging with your community and figuring out what works for you all. Fundraising, and we know at the start of an injury, that's when it's the most powerful to start fundraising. So we really recommend individuals hop on that right away. So where our flyers and information are in a lot of hospitals, hoping to get to the individual right away. And I know that was a lot of information and a lot of data, so feel free to ask any questions, and this is my phone number and my email. Feel free to call or email me with any questions. I also have brochures I can ship to any of your medical facilities, and that TBI handout would be also really helpful for you all as well.
Any questions for Karli?
Oh, I see one hand, but I think you're on mute. There you are.
I had a question. If if uh, if I was to do something like this, is this like a one-time deal, type of thing, or like if I'm saying this right? So
No, I totally understand. So we're here for your lifetime. So we're
oh,
not just doing one fundraiser and then off you go, you're good to go. You can
oh,
do as many fundraisers as you wish. And we also do like things like Giving Tuesday, which is really big in the nonprofit world. And we also do a fundraiser in May. It's called Hope Travels. So those
oh,
are just like easy ones that we give you all the information and you send that out to your community.
oh,
They're an easy way to get donations, but as many fundraisers as you want, we're here and
okay,
ready to work on them with you.
okay, gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome. Another quick tidbit, individuals that sign up with us, we will never ask if you're a United States citizen. You also have the option to have your campaign page be public or private. So a lot of people that don't have citizenship in the US choose to go private, so only people with that specific link can find your campaign page.
I think this will be very helpful. We have a lot of people that request for us to help them with a GoFundMe, and it's kind of a conflict of interest on our side. We can't really do that, and nor now that I see all the reasons why kind of not to do GoFundMe would be to refer to you guys and have you guys assist with that. But one thing our director, Rebecca, often says is no one, no matter how wealthy you are, is financially prepared for a brain injury. Like you could be the wealthiest person and still struggle financially. So Amy has a question. Yes, Amy.
Hi, thank you. This is really an amazing program. I went through breast cancer several years ago, and some friends of mine did a GoFundMe, and this is just so much more directed and well thought out. So thank you. And just two basic quick questions. How long have you been around, and where are you based out of?
Help Hope Live has been around for 40 years, actually. Well, now 42. But so when people don't really know about us, and people are always so surprised to find us. And we are based out of Philadelphia, but we're across the nation. Like I actually am from San Diego, so yay for remote work, right? But yeah, we help all 50 states and Puerto Rico. But if you're ever local to Philly, we have all kinds of in-person events there. We do 5Ks and galas as well. Mhm.
Very nice. Anyone else have any questions?
I know that was a lot of information, but
No.
anytime anyone has any questions, like I'm always here for you guys. And if you need like physical brochures or flyers, I'd be happy to ship them out as well.
Sure, sure.
Now, I'm assuming this is strictly individuals, for individuals. Do you, because I know that working, being with NDBIN and stuff, we do a lot of events and stuff like that, and you showed the individuals for, helping with doing events and stuff on that. Would you ever I mean, is it possible to group other survivors and stuff to help for events, or is this strictly just for individuals only?
So, great question. Typically, it's just individuals. We do have like other organizations that create like a campaign with us, and we call it a compassion fund. And basically, that individual, like let's say North Dakota Brain Injury Network wants to create a compassion fund with us. The funds that they raise, we can allocate to members in their community. So it's like they're doing the pre-fundraising for those individuals, if that makes sense, and it trickles down that way. I hope that
But
answers.
then I assume that it still has to be medical expenses, or would it?
Correct. Correct.
Yeah, 'cause we're kind of trying to find a way to pay for like different survivors to come to like our conference or their travel to get there or that
Mhm.
kind of. So I don't know, Landa, we might have to get a different fundraising idea out there, but I was wondering about the Bison group too. So we have we call it Bison right now, Brain Injury Survivor Opportunity Network that we've
Okay.
been looking at trying to get some funds for. But yeah, it really wouldn't fall under that like medical wheelhouse. But
Would the conference be it's a medical conference though, right? Like
it's a brain injury conference, yeah. So
Mhm.
the speakers are speaking on medical, well, on any topic really related to brain injury. So
I'm wondering how that would work because like our brand ambassadors, we will pay for them to go to events, and then like we do pay for travel for medical, but
okay,
I'll have to get back to you on that one, Carly. I wonder if we could do
yeah,
something like that because
yeah, we could
it'd be
visit
great.
about it off. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
try to figure out a way to maybe make that happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, bringing them to like Brain Injury Awareness Day at the Capitol or Washington DC or just all these
Mhm.
different places that our funders don't necessarily want us bringing everyone with, but we
Yeah.
would like to do that. So yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
get a lot, yeah, so.
Yeah, we'll chit chat about that one. I'll have to
Okay,
get back.
yeah, let's do that.
Mhm.
I see Deborah put in the chat, is the application process online or paper?
It is online, but a lot of it can be over the phone.
Okay. Okay. If someone needed like assistance filling it in,
Oops, am I frozen?
you're back now, just for a second.
Okay. So, applications are like a lot of it is via email. A lot of like that medical verification can be sent to your your medical professional so we can verify them. But your client services coordinator with us can be on the phone with you, walking you through it, that way as well. So we have definitely some like accessibility help.
Sure. Great. All right, last call for any questions for Karli. The other Karli. Anything else? Yeah, I'll echo what Kim said. Yeah, thank you for sharing, and it's definitely a resource we'll have to promote to people in need and all of that.
We're a free resource and we're here to help them, and it's scary being newly injured and all of a sudden your bills are stacking up. So if we can help alleviate some of that stress, we'd be happy to do that.
Right, right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Karli, and look forward to chatting with you again.
Alrighty, thanks so much everyone for having me.
Yes.
Mhm.
Bye.
Bye.